opportunities, growth, and success in all our endeavors. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our respected chairperson, ma'am, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, and founder president, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, sir, who have been our guiding lights, illuminating the path to excellence and opening doors to new opportunities. Their visionary leadership and unwavering support have been instrumental in shaping our institution into a hub of academic excellence. I would like to express my deepest appreciation to our principal, ma'am, Mrs. Amita Mohan, ma'am, who is our constant source of inspiration. Her tireless efforts to ensure the well-being and success of our students are a beacon of motivation for us all. You are the spark that ignites the fire within us. We are grateful that you never let that fire die. Professional Development Program PDP 2025 is designed to empower our teachers with the latest knowledge and best practices in education. To PDP 2025, we aim to enhance our culture of continuous learning and growth. Now, it is my utmost pleasure to introduce our esteemed resource person for the session, Ms. Shalini Khanna, ma'am. Ma'am needs no introduction as her reputation precedes her. We all are familiar with ma'am's remarkable achievements. So, brief. She is a consultant, training and motivation at international schools with 32 years of active service, out of which 27 years of service has been at different branches of our. We are fortunate to have you here, ma'am, and we would like to extend this happening as a token of gratitude. So much been nostalgic moment for me to stand here. Thank you. I'll just keep it here. So a very warm welcome, a formal good morning to all of basket ready?
अरविंद सर शेयरिंग राइट्स देना।
राइट सबको है मकसूद पहले से।
ठीक है सर, हो गया। ये क्या है?
ये वाला स्क्रीन आना चाहिए पास में है ना, ये हो गया। ये क्या हो
ठीक है।
रहा
कौन सी बात?
है?
कर लेंगे ना, स्क्रीन फुल स्क्रीन करके।
मैम को हॉटस्पॉट कनेक्ट किया थे आपने?
कर दिया।
मैम को
हाँ।
अगर हमारा कॉन्स हो गया ना teachers, I hope you all have the sources of anyone needs it.
So it's not on slideshow.
All right.
So with the blessings of founder sir and Amita Chauhan ma'am, I begin my workshop formally now, because keeping my fingers crossed that internet should not be an issue now. All right. So you all have written your names. So before we begin, I would like to play a table game, because you all are sitting on tables. So the answer would be in table. All right. Come on, wear your thinking hat, everyone. A table good to eat. Very good. Give a big hand to yourself. You are right. Can you please do that?
Oh, very good.
A very delightful table.
Relatable.
Relatable. Okay. Anybody else? Can we have the answer, please?
Yeah.
All right. A table easily annoyed. Okay. A things that bring good results. Okay, let me get some answers. Anybody else? Yes. Sorry. Some classical, she's saying compatible. This side. All right. So more votes are for timetable. Let's see. Next one, please. A table you can take anywhere. So this is very easy for you. A table that will not be left behind. I want this workshop to be that one. Come on. That's the Excellent. A table pleasant to eat. Wow. Very good. Clap this side. A table known for good conduct. Come on, come on. You can discuss an answer. Comfortable. Okay. Some more guesses. Respectable. So again, a very good morning to all the respectable participants. So when the topic was being given to me, I was told that chairperson want me to conduct a session on reading. Since reading has become a very important skill for chairperson ma'am, she feels that if a child is well equipped in reading, he will not have problems later on in life. he will be able to acquire all the necessary skills if reading is taken care of. And I think you all as English teachers, I'm sure you all will agree with me that reading is very important. And that is one area where we are struggling a lot with children. With the advent of so many distractions, reading is taking a backseat. Do you all agree with me?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So what should we do? Do you think it is a fundamental skill? And this is very important for academic excellence?
Yes.
Do you feel that there are children in your classrooms who are not able to read, hence they are not able to perform in other subjects as well?
Yes.
So reading is the base for all the subjects also, isn't it? Now, just wait. Do you think we read only with our eyes? No. What else is involved when we are reading?
Reading also includes comprehending the text that we are reading. We also understanding the text.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm talking about organs here.
Brain.
Okay, I'm integrating science. So what organs do you
Reading loudly than we
feel that ears are also used for reading? How many of you feel that ears are used for reading? Reading. I'm talking about reading. How many of you feel sounds aloud? Can you please allow reading aloud more? Yes, it's my understanding. Okay. So that means Rasika ma'am, you're trying to say that when we read, our voice echoes and then it comes back to us and we understand.
I feel it more.
Okay. If you read aloud. Okay.
I'm shouting like that. Somewhere I had read that reading involves all the five senses.
Yeah.
So even it helps us in writing also when we are writing. So sometimes you add those kind of sounds. I was reading this book, so it actually gives food for your ears, for your eyes, for emotions.
So
And
do you think that ears are helping you or the listening skills are helping?
listening skills do help us, but while reading, yeah,
Yeah.
some sound.
But when we are reading, we use our ears when we are reading.
No.
Okay. So now we'll see what is the answer. What are the other organs which are involved while we are reading? So these are the four main organs. Main organs. You are using other skills, other organs as well. But these are the four main things that you are using. You are using your eyes, which are clicking the pictures, isn't it? So eye is doing the work of a camera, right? Isn't it? You all say that somebody has got a photogenic memory. He sees and he remembers. So first of all, we are using our eyes. Then we are using our muscles to move our eyes here and there in reading. That's why I gave my hotspot. What happened?
I'll just check. It's connected now. It's connected. No, it's
Nana, connected. Check for yourself there and we come with it. So nerves are being used because nerves are transmitting the material or whatever you may say, the stimuli to your brain. Isn't it? And then the brain is processing what you have read.
It is connected.
Most of the time, we also struggle with children when you feel that they are reading but they are not comprehending. Isn't it? That means the eyes are doing their work, but probably there is some distraction where the nerves are not able to carry it to the brain. And that is where we need to focus. We need to train our children that when they are reading, they should be able to comprehend as well. Because that comprehension work is being done by the brain, right? Now, I'll just talk about it since it's a reading. So there is something called reading index. We all have got a reading index, which is what? It's a formula, very simple formula that the words per minute, whatever words we are reading per minute, if you're able to read 40 words per minute, right? So that will be WPM, words per minute. into comprehension percentage. When I say comprehension percentage, I mean, for example, if you've given a passage to a child, a comprehension passage, which has got 10 questions, right? If a child is able to answer 7 of them correctly, then 70% will be the comprehension rate, the percentage. So now the reading index would be 40 words per minute into 70%, which is how much? 40 into 7. 20, right? So that is the reading. That will be the reading. I just go down to the. It's there since it was taking, getting disconnected, so I continued. I'll just show it to you once.
Sorry for
Change करवा रहा
interrupting,
हूँ
but I have.
अभी मैं
He's one resource person which has made difference to so many lives. Whatever her shop is all about, it, take it from your heart. I just have this words to tell you about. Because starting from working for so many years close to Chairperson Ma'am, he knows Chairperson Ma'am's vision so delicately, I can't tell you. So please, welcome to Pushpa.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, sir. So reading index is words per minute into comprehension percentage. That is the reading index. Right, Dr. Is this the next one?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Can we please go back?
लेके आ गया।
Yes.
Yeah, this one. So this is the reading index.
It is.
Words per minute into comprehension percentage. Comprehension percentage, I told you, if you give a comprehension passage, and if a child gets 8 out of 10 correct, right? So 80% will be the percentage. Okay. If you've given 5 questions and 4 are correct, again it is 80%. And whatever words, the number of words a child is able to read in a minute. So WPM is words per minute. Now we all are focusing a lot on vocabulary. We have been focusing on vocabulary for past so many years. We all are doing exercises every day, giving one word every day. So this is just a statistical data that by 4 years, a child has acquired 5,600 words. 8 years, 26,300 words. So I think by large, the age group that we are catering to is 8 to 10 years, right? They're generally 8 years in class 3,
Yes.
9, 10. Yeah. So that means by class, when a child goes to class 10, he has acquired 34,300 words.
Class 4.
Class
4 and 5.
4 and
10
5.
years.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just an estimation. It could be here and there, but by and large, this is the thing for number of acquisition of number of words by a child. Can you play this video? No. Please play that video. Just click on it. I would like you all to watch this.
today. Food is buffet style. You go along with your knife. There's salmon and swordfish and sandwiches and yogurt, and you use your knife. All the flavors are very subtle flavors. And the gnome will be the symbol of Silent Letter Day. Like Father Christmas, at Christmas, the gnome, everybody gives each other a gnome to celebrate. Happy Silent Letter Day, I got you a gnome. I've kept it hidden in the cupboard for months. I wrapped it up, do you like it? I wrapped it up for you. I cut the wrapping paper with scissors. I use scissors to cut the wrapping paper. I'm so sorry, I forgot. I didn't realise. Is it really Silent Letter Day? Is it honestly Silent Letter Day? You mean honestly? Yes, it is honestly. You should have known. You'll never listen. I'm not giving you a gnome. I'm sorry, I'm taking it back to the shop. I've kept the receipt. And at the end of the day, we will celebrate with champagne. Of course we will. Can I have you some champagne? Happy Silent Letter Day. Just a drop, maybe just a splash. Oh, there's a knock at the door. Who would that be? Oh, it's Chloe and Isla. Sorry, Chloe and Isla. My old friends from school. Fascinating. Grab a knife. Help yourself to lasagna. There's some lasagna. And at the end of the day, when we are knackered, we go to sleep at 1/2.
So why did I show you this? Now it's so interesting when we watch stand-up comedy, but do we want our children to be like comedians in the classroom?
How does Docker help with production quality applications? And how do you build your own Docker file from scratch? Well, if
Bring my PPT back, yeah. Sorry for the interruption. No, it's- Next slide, cousin.
But some time to change the projector. If you there with us.
I think we have.
So let's have a little discussion of silent letters.
Right, we have a shower today.
Not hour, because I have to finish in an hour.
But I love the knowledge. You are very knowledgeable.
So it happens because there are children from various diverse backgrounds. They are not able to pronounce well. They don't know. They are not able to read, and hence they are not able to pronounce. So, do you think it is our duty to teach them the correct pronunciation? Is that important? Is correct pronunciation important for reading?
Yes.
How do you cope up in your classroom when you have children who do not have correct pronunciation? Let me have the answer for you all by the time they are fixing it.
And ask them to be safe. Take the word and read it. Yes. They have to use media even the words get broken up into small parts.
Okay.
And then again, and
So how do you teach them silent letters? There are so many, we just heard so many words which have silent letters. How do you teach them to the children?
silent letters, basically, there are certain words or letters, we say
Do you also teach them some rules for that?
Yeah, it's not always, but yeah,
It's okay, you can
silent.
no problem.
It's kind of certain words which are very quiet. They did not speak on their bed.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
hence
sure those
giving
who have done
Jolly
Jolly
This is
they would be able to tell you why it is not walking and talking. Because there are silent letters. One does the walking and one does the talking. I think the children might be knowing it very well because they have been reading Jolly phonics. They've been learning sounds through Jolly phonics, and now Jolly grammar is being introduced in the classes. So they will be doing a lot of grammar, the Jolly grammar way. Please enjoy. Thank you. Please enjoy. We can't continue. I can't show you the video. Please have a coffee. No thanks. I'll have my glass of water. You also carry on. No, I can't. It's but it's just not they can't see any flowers.
Means I assigned my parallel teacher. She did it and then I showed it in the class. That's how you're supposed to do. That's how it's going to be done.
Yeah.
So the children were much more and we had carried our laptops that day. So that's how we did it. Parallel teacher did it and then
And so the children have started attending. Yeah.
it's okay.
Got it. Thank you. All right. So have you all got the answers to learning accelerator now? The challenges that we are facing. Can we now take it forward? Is it okay if we assign one passage on a weekend?
Yes.
Yeah. Will it be too much for them or is it okay? One every week will be. I don't, but it will maybe only 5% for a child.
But we have other subjects also, no mental health, is that.
So, okay.
Now we are.
So you feel, all right. Sunazina, what do you feel? These people are saying it should be only 2 of them.
We want to bring a change and improvement in those, children who really need help. Once in a week is not a difficult task. Doable. They just take long. Hardly take 10 to 15 minutes.
It doesn't even take 10 minutes.
But parents are not ready.
No, but once the child starts attempting it, then what's the challenge?
Parents are saying that now our children are going to school. So they are doing all this in the school only, then why all this online things?
So that is where you need to explain to only those parents want the children whom you want to target. That it is for their learning. This is an effort for us also. They need to understand that.
Yes.
Okay. And once they get used to it, they will enjoy, they will have fun. And they will attempt. It is initially everything takes time because nobody is receptive. Everything, every little change. We as teachers, we are so grown up, but if there's any change, we also take time to adapt.
So, ma'am, I think once a fortnight will be good.
We can start once the children get into the system like next session, they'll.
Because now they have mental health, heritage, so many things coming up in these 2 months.
Okay.
While exam,
I've taken your vote.
while
We'll
exam
think about
also.
it. All right, ma'am, can we have the next one?
We also vote for once. Yeah, once a fortnight.
All right, how many once a fortnight? Almost 50-50. So I will have to discuss with chairperson ma'am about it. I will give your feedback that some schools want it twice a month, fortnightly, and some people want it. So whatever she can do, right? Okay. Do you think there's a difference between a person who is illiterate and who knows, and the one who knows how to read, but he doesn't read? Do you think there's a difference in children who read?
Yes, definitely.
And there are many who are illiterate. Of course, we face every day we meet people who are illiterate. Do you think it is equivalent? The children who are able to read and hence still they don't read. Are they equivalent?
They're not equivalent, but
Yeah. Not exercise. So do you think it's important? In the truth, we have heard many stories about woodcutters who had axe, but he would not sharpen it, and he would blame me for that. So we all need to sharpen our skills. We need to sharpen the skills of our children also. All right, ma'am, just pause it here. You all have got a book with you. Okay. I would like you to read only one paragraph from whichever place you want. Only one paragraph. And here this basket will come handy. Now I have my basket.
yeah, no space.
Yeah, I think everyone is fine. Is your name on the packet?
Any one paragraph from wherever you want. All right, stop. Stop reading. Read out things.
Tanya Sharma ma'am.
All right. Can you please tell us what did you read in that passage?
Jay began driving back home. He is managing his cattle, which are scattered around.
All right. Ma'am, what did you read?
This is little child is looking towards her left and towards her right, and then she sees a jar which is full of sparklers, and then she starts to drink.
All right. I just have a few more.
Kalpana Sunny.
I learned that I read which is about the port and how we found that sails for horses are very good. They are useful on summer days. So this sports earlier you never used to like to sail, but in the summer months we found out that it was good and you could switch the flights away with the help of the sails.
Thank you.
So there is a dog and a cat. They are stuck in a situation and the dog is trying to grab the cat in his mouth, and he's not able to do it. The cat is trying to escape, and the dog is trying to control the cat that are trying to rescue.
All right. So what was the idea of this exercise? Yes.
Read and comprehend.
So while when we are focusing on reading, we need to focus on the comprehension skills also. So we should allow the children to understand what they are reading. So it should not be only plain reading. Many a times, this is what Dar ma'am told me to take up, that many a times teachers are doing loud reading with the children. Usually that's the pattern when we start a chapter, we ask them to open their book, put their finger, read along with the teacher. Do you think it is very important to follow the same traditional way? With little children.
It depends.
Okay.
This is how they learn the new words of pronunciation, right? Intonation and all. But we should also pay attention that they are understanding it. That is equally important.
Very good. So what happens many a times we struggle and we say time खत्म हो गया, इस ये एक्टिविटी थी, वो एक्टिविटी थी, हमारे को टाइम ही नहीं मिलता है पढ़ाने का, मेरा पीरियड निकल गया, मेरा पीरियड ये हो गया, because we are so hooked up on a system that first we have to read it with the children, they have to read, then we do the important words, just the same pattern which we have been following. And when we run a little short of time, we struggle and we get hustled. Does it happen with all of you? Because we have got a set pattern that this is the only way to teach the children. I have to read the whole chapter with the child.
Model reading.
So is it important every time for each chapter to be model read by the teacher? Can we also modify at times? Sometimes it is imperative, as we rightly said, because we need to tell them, yes.
Sometimes I make the children also read. Means do a model reading and loud reading. They also enjoy it. They do one reading and then second one comes with the expressions. So I give them also a chance to do a model reading and the children will read along with them.
Yes.
Each can read a part while they're doing the role plays also. They can get the books, they can do and they can emote as well.
Yes, I understand. Again, I will come back to that. Again, I have seen so many times, I have seen role plays in the classrooms, which are, I shouldn't be using any particular word for that, because only those two children are just reading and the entire class is disinterested because they have read that story first. Because the teacher has already read that story to the child, the children have read it and then they are coming and enacting the same story again. So there is no curiosity because the children are already aware of the story. So I agree, we can do that, the way she says. Then you start the chapter with role play only. Is it possible?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Because in that case, then there is curiosity. The child wants to know what is happening next. Next. I've seen this in English and Hindi both. Hindi also so many times I've seen the same problems. पूरा पाठ पढ़ा दिया मैम अब क्या करा रहे हैं अब हम रोल प्ले करा so only the children who are getting chance to speak they are interested because they are performing some activity that kinesthetic thing is there but otherwise the rest of the class is all sitting and just talking to each other and the class is not managed so we can also give them chance to read and then ask them to comprehend what they have read and then you complete the chapter. That's the next step. You can straight away do that. Sometimes what I'm trying to say that there should be a variety when we are teaching.
One child.
Please do not follow the same pattern in every lesson.
Not for role play, we can divide. Yes, we divide them into groups. Ma'am, the whole class is divided into certain parts so that.
But you have already done the chapter first.
No, ma'am. No,
That is
how
we
we
do.
do.
Good.
When you start, we introduce the teacher introduces
You
the
can
class
do that.
explanation followed by a
Perfect.
role play by the child.
Perfect. Perfect.
Ma'am, even silent reading for that matter. I assign the entire class, just silently read the chapter, and then I ask each child a question. About
Yeah.
what they get from different characters.
Very good.
And then
Sometimes what we can do is the way you are saying, just a strategy that worked with me once when there was no English teacher and I had to take a class and finish the syllabus. So what I did was I divided the class and I said now this time or everyone read. This time this group will ask questions and one group will answer. Yeah. So straight away I did that. I did not read the chapter, but the children felt that the chapter has not been done with them.
Yeah.
Because they were so used to reading along with the teacher. So
And as and when the difficult words come in, I
Yeah.
write them on the board, write down their meanings, and they jot it down with a pencil, in their books only. And some children create questions also. They
yeah,
ask
because
the
framing
other
questions is also very
questions.
important. Nowadays there are texts where they are asked to frame questions and they struggle because they are so used to only answering the questions. So we need to train our children to both ways.
Construct questions.
Construct questions also. What about dear? Is dear an answer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
In the zero period, so there are class library books that are kept. And students will pick up, they read just one chapter and they come up and they comprehend what they have read. They speak in front of the entire class.
So ma'am, what ma'am is telling silent reading that we do during silent reading. Then what we tell them to share the crux of the story.
So it is done in the class after that. In the zero period, with the dear period.
Maybe after 5 minutes, we get the reading. By the time we settle the class, we start the reading.
After
No ma'am, we start the class with the program.
in the English period. Oh, yes. Oh.
Roll number wise.
So how many schools are doing dear once a week? No, once a week. That's fine. Because it's why I took it up because I know it is being taken up differently in different schools. Some schools are doing it every day after break.
Yes,
Now there are some schools like Gurgaon is doing it once a week, but they are dedicating twice. But they are dedicating the entire period to it.
Because we tell them to share what they have read.
What they have read.
I mean, share drugs in their own language. They don't have to read, rather they have to share what they could comprehend.
Most of our zero periods are dedicated for
But then there's no this thing time after break. They're saying it
Because zero periods are mostly
zero period. And are you doing any follow-up exercise after that, the way they are mentioning?
Ma'am, we
Or you just give them to
No,
read?
we are-
Next time you read, now the time is over, you keep the book back.
depending on the books that they are reading. Suppose it's a library book that they read for themselves. Suppose it's a supplementary reader like we are reading the Panchatantra or the Tenali Raman, whatever. Then they, of course, they share the class on the comprehension.
Ma'am, we are from the same state.
So they are, so you are doing a follow-up after the GP is after the reading and the.
And even use of dictionaries encouraged so that when they are reading the dictionary so that they can explore and find the meaning of the word the new word that we come across. And I ask them to note down those words.
And we have
along
a,
with them.
at least here in our school, we have a notebook at old reused, recycled notebook in which they kind of write down the new words with the meaning from the dictionary.
And then what about Vasundhara? How are you people doing the year? So do you have a period once a week kind of a thing, or is it done after the break? Is there any dedicated, what I'm trying to ask you is there any dedicated time for year period? No.
So whenever we are getting time to zero periods are also like engaged in so many other activities. So whenever we are getting time to zero period, then only we are doing period. Because how what happens is that during zero period many children are going for skating because they have taken up a holiday. And these children are not in these activities. So whatever we are left in the class, we tell them to be ensured that these children are in
So only with the leftover children you are doing here.
not with everyone.
Or
But with the zero period, to have deer in the zero period, this is one handicap we face. So that's why we
All right,
have
let me
a
understand
separate.
from 46, how are they doing? Because they also, there is no activity which they don't do it.
We have children enrolled for bio, robotics, we are also doing one study. And then house competitions and activities are also lined up. So one single period is dedicated only to
Where everybody is in the
where
class.
everybody is in the class, and all the other 4 days when the children are going out, so the remaining ones are still doing it.
Okay. But once a week you have dedicated periods for everybody.
For everything. Yes, and other than that, they also do, especially grade 3 and 4, they also do 5 minutes of reading in every block when they start the period. Actually, this had come 2-3 years back. Yes. Right, Tina had told us that roll number wise we have to do the reading for all the children, so we are dedicated to following that.
You are following that. I don't know about others.
In our school, 43 in our school, there's some from Monahan Yam only that before starting the session, you have to give 10 minutes per period. That is and with the same online
Ma'am, that was for offline class.
on the
Block period, whenever we have a double
Whenever there is
period.
a block period. So can we do that in block periods? We all have block
Because
periods.
zero period
Can
for
we dedicate some time for reading in the block period?
But that can't happen every period. You know, because you do have some written tasks.
No, it's just for 5-10 minutes. Yes.
No, what I mean is that right now in our system, we have 2 sets of block periods per week.
Yes, ma'am, we have
So
7
so you can't, I mean, it's my personal, I feel, we feel that one block period, when you're introducing the chapter, then you go roll number wise and you kind of have a reading session in the class and then you kind of introduce the whatever, your topic or whatever. And then the next block period, I think, should be dedicated to the written task that is the planned. You can't have reading again in the block period, ma'am.
How are you people doing?
We are
Doing it.
every time.
Not all,
All right, we'll move fast now. We'll discuss about this later because we'll send all the, why I'm discussing because English teachers are all here. We'll make some changes and send it as centralized. That is why I'm discussing a few things in between. Now, again, coming back to poor readers, you all must have realized, we have already discussed, that they spend less time reading, both in and out of school. Isn't it? In school also they are not reading, outside also they are not reading. They are the ones who seldom complete their work early. They're struggling with their written work also in the classroom. So what opportunities can we give to these children? Let's see what opportunities can be given to these children. Do you think guided, repeated oral reading, you all have said, does it work well with the children who are struggling to read?
Yes, it does.
And also does independent silent reading also helps?
No.
Do you think guided one is required for the ones who are struggling? And independent silent reading is required for the ones who are already acquired reading skills? So both are important in our classroom. Now, independent reading, we need to make our children independent readers. That is our target. Why are we having so many exercises for reading? Because Chairperson Ma'am feels that each child should be able to read. We have to make effort for each and every child in a classroom should be able to read. Now, what happens? How can we inculcate independent reading skills in children? First of all, in the year period also, because why? It's a continuation of the year exercise only. We need to help our children to select the book. They just can't pick up. Some children are well equipped. The ones who are good at reading, they can go and pick up any reading book. But do you think the ones who are struggling, it will be beneficial if we give them books of a little lower level? Yes. Will it be a problem if a class 4 teacher borrows a few books from class 2 or 3 and then return it later on and give these children these books to read in the year period? Is it doable?
Yes.
Isn't it? Yes.
Ma'am, I have done this with the children who are struggling.
Yes.
So when they were in class 2, I took books of grade 1 because they
Did
were
it
not.
help?
Yes, it helped.
So we can do that, isn't it? That's doable. Because all the classrooms have got class library books. So we can borrow from them and tell these children, inspire, at least then these children will be interested. Because they are not able to understand, they struggle, they are hesitant to pick up a book. Even if they pick up a book, they are hardly interested in turning the page even. So if we give them books of a little lower level, which will give them confidence to read, I think it should work out. Then, yes, and then you can ask these children what they have read. So this is how you can, I'm again talking about the target audience. Ma'am, please can we have the next slide? Oh, no, ma'am. बहुत सारी skip हो गई है ना बहुत skip हो गई yeah next one please yeah next one ma'am
Yes, ma'am.
next please yes also do you think actually it is a lot of hard work for a teacher I do appreciate because किसी बच्चे को ये कराना जो वो नहीं करता है या नहीं करना चाहता है it is a weird task even at home it is a task for a mother if a mother wants a child to do something and the child doesn't but I think the mother doesn't give up. I think same is the case with us. We are all mothers. We shouldn't be giving up. We need to invest our time in children. And again, it is not one size fits all. Each child has got a different requirement for reading books. I think we're running short of time. This is again coming back to the same thing that we need to help our child to pick up or choose a book for himself. The struggling ones. Can someone read this for me, please? Very volunteer.
Independent reading requires differentiated instruction. Students need help selecting books, more support during reading, more strategy instruction. Most important, they need more IR time than other students.
IR is again independent. Okay. There are a few. I just. Is the board visible? Yes. Can someone please summarize this, read this for me? The table. Again, now, yes. Yeah. Somebody please volunteer.
Yeah. More information is equal to more understanding.
Good.
Infer meaning, read between the lines. Locate keywords, visualize, knowledge. What do I already know about this? Think aloud, talk through it. Make predictions, that is, think, pair, and share. Use graphic organizers. Use context clues. Summarize the story. And use words.
So these are a few strategies for which we can adopt in our classrooms. Ma'am, can we have that?
Evaluate understanding.
Again, that's comprehension, isn't it? Yeah, this we have already discussed, so I will not Can we also integrate technology in reading the way Learning Accelerator has been introduced? I will just share, I took a class 4 book of Grow with Words, and there's a chapter on, the chapter. So that is why I specifically took this chapter. I mean, I took the book and then I looked for some resources on this chapter. Now, can you click on this? Now, before introducing the chapter, can we show this to the children?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, ma'am.
1857 जब आजाद हिंदुस्तान के सपने ने जन्म लिया, आइए जाने उन वीरों के बारे में जिन्होंने स्वतंत्रता की नींव रखकर इतिहास रच दिया। आओ सुनाएं आपको बेगम हजरत महल की कहानी। कहलाती थी वो शान अवध, थी वो रानी स्वाभिमानी। जब दिया अंग्रेजों ने लालच और हुआ नवाब का देश निकाला, हार न मानी बेगम ने और ले आई क्रांति का उजाला। अपने पुत्र को बिठाया गद्दी पर, अब थी बगावत की बारी। झुकी नहीं अंग्रेजों के सामने और बन गई वो क्रांतिकारी। लड़ती रही निडर, रखा अपनी मातृभूमि को सुरक्षित। आत्मसम्मान के बल पर किया लाखों सिपाहियों को प्रेरित। कूद पड़ी आलमबाग के जंगे मैदान में, हुई अंग्रेजों की सभी कोशिशें बेकार। लेकिन जब बढ़ी कैसर बाग की ओर, हार गई जंग, हुई छल की शिकार। कब्जा कर ब्रिटिश राज ने दिया दंड मुक्ति का दिलासा।
So I'm not showing it completely. Now, can we do this? We have many children who are in our classrooms who are struggling, they don't understand even the chapter when you are reading. Do you think if I show this video in a class, and after this, if I go on to the text, will they be able to understand?
Yes.
Will they have interest in reading after this?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We are sending you reading videos.
Okay. All right. All right. No, why I showed it in Hindi because it was from Netflix because for understanding.
Yes, ma'am.
If a child understands the background, he will have interest in knowing what is coming next in the lesson. Also, what I can, ma'am, I want the same one again.
The video?
Yeah. I'll just start from the beginning and I'll stop and stop anywhere. Start.
लेकिन जब बढ़ी कैसर बाग की ओर,
Volume बंद कर दो. Okay. Is it possible that after I have shown this video to the children, they see the way it has been read in the classroom in the video, and then I ask them only mute, put it on mute, and ask them to read the subtitles?
Yeah.
Will they be able to read the subtitles?
Yes.
Is it possible? Is it doable in the classroom?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All right. So this is one strategy to inculcate interest in reading for a child. He can just read it. And now I'm sure when the child is reading, let me just take anyone. Ma'am, just one volunteer. I'm not taking out any. Can you read what is there on
The
the
sake of the soldiers that dedicated all her wealth and property. She selflessly helped her people and fought for her country's prosperity.
So see that you're getting that kind of flow of delivery when she's reading because she has already heard it in Hindi, isn't it? Now she will be able to read and understand also. So you can put it on pause and maybe ask the children to read. And especially the ones who are not able to read, I'm sure they will be interested in reading. Now, can we stop this and come back to the video? I'm brushing up now because I'm looking at the watch. A lot of time was being wasted. There is another, I'm showing you another example of text to speech in integrating technology in your classroom, where you don't have to speak. At times, you need to take a back seat and give confidence to the children, empower children to read. What I'm going to show here is, I have taken, you all have this chapter also in class book because I took class book as a sample for my workshop here. Now, I'll just take you here and you can see that there is a lot of, you'll get the learning outcomes also because the story remains the same, isn't it? Even if the text is a little bit different because they are adapted. You can also share information about dentistry here because the chapter is based on tooth. Okay. I'm just trying to share some resources with you all which you can use in your classrooms. So this is the cross-curricular connection. I am not reading it out. What I'm trying to show you here is that I'll just take a clipping from here. Okay, I'll take till here. Okay. Mhm. And I will go back. Can I go back to that? So my slide. Yeah. Can you click here on free text to speech online with realistic? Yeah. This is one website which you can use, ma'am. That's okay. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do is I'm just erasing everything. Okay, and I'll paste my text here. All right, it has only come this much because it's and you have options of different AI voices here. So I have taken this one, which is very close to humans. And I will.
2. A young boy experiences Monday blues and tries to invent a reason to skip school.
So if you have some text with you, if you have a soft copy, you can take your own text and put it here. And you can take rounds in the classroom. And because while it is reading, emphasis is on each word. I'll repeat it again. Only one line.
2.
Paste one line.
A young boy experiences Monday blues and tries to invent a reason to skip school.
So there are different ways we can have reading session in our classroom. Which app is this? I'll share it with you. Don't worry. I'll share it. I'll share the links later on. Okay, I'll send it to you. Ma'am, can we come back to the PPT? I got some books from the library. I went to the Noida School Library and I found there are certain books on reading. I'm sure you all would be having books on reading in your classrooms. A few texts which are the statistics that I shared with you all at the beginning of the session were from, can we have the next one? From this book, Read, where I read about the reading index and the number of words a child is able to read in the word acquisition. So I would suggest there are many reading books. Although these books are very old, but yet there is always something to learn from them, something which we can adapt in our classrooms. Now, again, you will all agree with me when I say that reading does not develop naturally. And for many children, specific decoding, they are already doing decoding in nursery, KG, and class 1 nowadays. Word recognition and reading comprehension skills must be taught directly and systematically. That is why we have all the programs. We have a lot of comprehension exercises which are coming. A lot of resource material is available to you all so that it is systematic in the class. Our chairperson ma'am is a regular columnist in the education world. And if you are reading education world, you will be able to see that every month there is an article. And this article was the joy of reading is there in education world of the November edition, where ma'am says that books are a reservoir of knowledge and reading is the most efficient and effective way of imbibing valuable life lessons. I believe that reading helps a person rise above the ordinary and gain a world view essential for both personal and professional. And I'm sure we all will agree. So if I summarize, what were the few things that we took from here? Anything that you would like to carry from here to your classrooms? All right. Anything else? Which particular strategy did you like here? That's silent. Because that is very important when we are teaching in a classroom. There are so many children who don't understand.
And even that table one to enhance them.
Or which table?
We need to be more flexible. We need to modify our own strategies. But you have explained here.
Yeah. So that means we need to keep on adapting new things And that is how we will be able to create joy in our classrooms. Ma'am, can we have the next one? I planned for sharp 11 o'clock. So reading should be presented to children as not as a chore or a duty, but it should be offered to them as a. Because if we rekindle the love for reading in children, everything will achieve. They will be able to do creative writing, they will be able to do comprehension, they will be able to do all the necessary things in the class. Now can we have the link? Oh no, just the link. Yeah. I found something very interesting which I thought I must share with you all. I love music in my classrooms.
What's a good thing to do on a rainy day?
I'm gonna read a book today.
Or when it's too hot to go outside and play?
I'm gonna read a book today.
What can take you to a world of make-believe?
I'm gonna read a book today.
Where spaceships fly and dinosaurs breathe.
I'm gonna read a book today.
What you gonna do?
Read.
What you gonna do?
Read.
Read a little every day. What you gonna do?
Read.
What you gonna do?
Read.
Get smarter every single page. How? You gonna learn about the kings from long ago.
I'm gonna read a book today.
Or how Singapore came to be from days of old.
I'm gonna read a book today.
How can you learn how an airplane flies?
I'm gonna read a book today.
Or why a spider has a gazillion eyes?
I'm gonna read a book today.
Hey, what you gonna do?
Read.
What you gonna do?
Read.
Read a little every day. What you gonna do?
Read.
What you gonna do?
Read.
It's easier every single page.
So if you like the music, yeah.
So motivated.
Yeah, so I would also suggest all of us that we all need to read first before we teach our children to read. With this, I come to the end of my session. Thank you all so much. More feedback on a few things. That's why I made it more interactive because when we are planning something new for our children, it's very important that we take a feedback from one.
Ma'am, now the parents are having another complaint that they can read English, they are not interested in reading.
Okay. So you can ask your Hindi teachers to assign a passage on learning exercise. That is also one answer because it is there in Hindi. You can use Hindi also. They're doing Hindi also. It's one Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I wanted to finish right on time. Back on time. Because if we don't value time, we can't teach our children. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Please do that. I go down and have. Don't worry. Thank you so much. All those who want the link can drop me a mail. I will send all the links to you.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
That's it. Do you want
Thank you.